Hold on to your tentacles, it's Inkopolis news time. Before we reveal the stages of some special news, ooh. Received word from on high. You don't mean? That's right, there's going to be a Splatfest soon. Ooh, what's the theme? What's the theme? Just a moment, the theme is ascending as we speak. Let's see it, let's see it. And it's here, we've got the Splatfest theme. Let's hear it, let's hear it. Alright then, I'll announce the theme. The theme for the upcoming Splatfest is... Oh, wait for it. I knew this day would come. The Splatfest to end all Splatfests. Without further ado, let's introduce the teams. She's the winningest Squid Sister in Splatfest history. Callie. Versus the only Squid Sister who isn't boring. Mary. ... Yeah, I'm going to be the bigger squid today. That's why I'm going Team Mary. Glad you've seen the light, teammate. Go Team Mary. Hey, but that means you have to go Team Callie. Yeah, right. I'd rather give TJ Octavio a sponge bath. That's it. Team Callie is going to bury you. You and your gray hair are going down, Grandma. What about you at home? Whose side are you on? Head over to the pledge box and don't be dumb. Unfortunately, most of the people who played the Splatfest were dumb and picked the wrong team. I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. I've been wanting to say that for a long time. But anyway, this is the finale of Splatoon. And we've come a long way since starting this project. We've completed Octo Valley, we've played every multiplayer mode in the game, we've played Battle Dojo, we played the demo of this game, we checked out Splatfest for a bit, we checked out all the maps in the online multiplayer, and we've checked out every weapon in the game. We have seen and done pretty much everything that you could possibly do in this game. So I thought that the best way to end off this Let's Play was with the final Splatfest that ever happened, Callie versus Marie. Now this was a really interesting Splatfest in particular, and that's the reason why I thought this one deserved its own dedicated video. Not just because it would be unnecessarily epic to have this as the finale for the Let's Play, but I thought there was a lot of things to talk about this one in particular. Now first things first is something that actually I forgot to mention in the previous episode, the armor that you could wear during Splatfest. You'd be given a Splatfest tee before you'd be able to play through the Splatfest. This is the only thing of armor that you could wear during the Splatfest, so yeah, that's something that was pretty interesting. Now the thing about this was that, and one of the bigger things that I had a problem with Splatfest in general was that, for whatever stupid reason, you had to get rid of your Splatfest tee at the end of every Splatfest. I really do not understand why you had to do this, because it would have been really cool to be able to, like, kind of collected the t-shirts of the Splatfest that you participated in. I thought that would have been really cool, and I would have been able to, like, demonstrate on Miiverse at one point that, hey, look at this, I got all the Splatfest tees, and it's awesome. But, nope, you can't do that. I don't think you can even do that in Splatoon 2, which is really disappointing. But enough negativity, because now we're going to be talking about awesome stuff. The Callie vs. Marie amiibo, I believe, was the only one to be completely worldwide. Now, there were other ones that kind of shared events as well. I believe Pokemon Red vs. Pokemon Blue was also similar to this. But the Callie vs. Marie one in particular was unique because I believe this is the only one that you can play with people from other regions. I might be wrong about this, I might be dumb, but if I am, I'm going to put a caption on screen right now. You guys know the drill by now if you've been watching for a while. But basically, this was also a 2-day event. Most of the other Splatfests were only 1 day, but this one in particular was actually a 2-day Splatfest, and I thought that was really cool. There were a couple of differences between the 2 days, which we'll be going over in a moment, but in general, it was just a really, really good time. Now, like I said in the previous episode, alongside this final Splatfest, there were also Squid Sister amiibos that were released as well. We'll be demonstrating them in a moment towards the end of the video, but something else that was really cool that happened to promote this Splatfest was a concert. Now, you may be wondering, how could they do a Callie and Marie concert if they're fictional characters? Now, how they were able to do this is very similar to Vocaloid characters. If you don't know who that is, think Hatsune Miku, and if you still don't know who that is, then basically so they had like little holograms on the stage for Callie Marie, and they would sing and dance the different songs at the Splatfest. So of course this was a Japan exclusive. It's really sad to hear that this was only in Japan, because it would have been so cool to be able to go to one of those things. But no, we didn't get that because North America never gets the cool stuff. But hopefully they do something like that with Splatoon 2, because that would be really cool. Or any other Splatoon game ever, hopefully. But going back to Splatfest, now you're going to be seeing footage of one of the Day 2 matches, and the song may seem a bit different. I'll be quiet for a moment so you can listen to it. Calamari Incantation played on the very last day in Splatfest. This was so cool, and I'm really glad they did this, because Calamari Incantation is my favorite song in Splatoon. Ink Me Up is also a really close second, but Calamari Incantation is my #1 favorite. And I'm so glad that they had this song play during the last Splatfest, because it really is kind of symbolic when you really think about it, because it's the very last song that played during Octo Valley. And the fact that this was the very last day for Splatfest that would ever happen in the first game, it was just really, really cool and really awesome that they did this. So, the thing that was also really cool about this Splatfest in particular was that for the other Splatfest, there would be 3 stages throughout the entire thing. But with this one, they had the fans vote on the very last Splatfest stages that would actually happen. There was Walleye Warehouse, Moray Towers, and I don't remember the third one off the top of my head. We'll see footage of it a little bit later. Yeah, that's basically it about in terms of how the stages actually worked, and it was just really cool that they did that, because because it's similar to the Smash Brothers Ballot, how they had fans vote on one new character who would appear in the game that eventually ended up being Bayonetta. I'm just really glad that they were able to do that. Hopefully they'll introduce a voting system where you can have better control over what stages appear in the game. But the Splatnet app on smartphones and things like that is a pretty nice alternative as well. But you guys know what I'm trying to say. Right, so that's basically everything there was to say about this Splatfest in particular. Now, let's talk about why I prefer Callie over Marie and why I was on her team. When Splatoon first came out, I really could not decide which one of the two that I liked more. I liked both of them for their own different reasons. Callie, I liked her more upbeat personality, and Marie, I liked her puns. But there were times where I kind of really didn't like Marie all that much. Okay, no, that's a terrible way of wording it. I didn't really like her as much as Callie, is what I'm trying to say. And what I mean by that was there were times where Mary's personality seemed a bit negative, and she sounded really bored to be there most of the time. And I just personally thought that Callie had the better personality, and she was more of a character that I could see myself hanging out with in real life. And over time, of course, this changed, and I ended up really liking both of them. And I will never say Marie is a bad character. I will never say that. Both Squid Sisters are awesome. They are great additions to Nintendo's library, and I'm really glad that they've become as popular as they have been. Kind of sad that didn't happen to TheJamesRolls, to be completely honest, because Tsubasa is one of my favorite RPG characters of all time, and TheJamesRolls is pretty awesome as well, but we're not talking about that game right now. But Now, with the Squid Sisters, I'm really happy that they kind of like blew up in popularity, and they're just, in general, really great characters. But the reason why I like Callie more than Marie is because of something that happened close to when the final Splatfest was announced. Close to the final Splatfest happening, there were two songs that Nintendo released in celebration of the Callie vs. Marie Splatfest. Callie's song was Bomb Rush Blus, and Marie's was Tide Goes Out. Both of these were really great songs, but I liked Callie's song more than I liked Mary's. Again, Mary's song was really great and all, but I personally prefer the Callie's over Marie's. This is the biggest reason why I like Callie more than Marie. On top of personally believing that she has the better personality of the two Squid Sisters. So, that's my personal reason for liking Callie more than Marie. But I will stress this. I will never say Marie is a bad character at all. She is awesome, and I totally understand why a lot of people like her, and I totally understand why she won the Splatfest. But I just personally like Callie more than Marie. Thankfully, with Splatoon 2, it seems that my opinion seems to be the more popular one, because people seem to like Marina more than Pearl. And I'm pretty sure that I just, made a whole lot of Pearl fans angry. I was like, oh my god, why are you hating on Mary and Pearl? You're the worst YouTuber ever. So, yeah, that's my personal opinion on the Squid Sisters. Again, I know I've said this plenty of times before, but I love both of them. They're both great characters. And I'm really glad that they returned for Splatoon 2. So, that's basically everything I want to say about Splatfest. So, after this match is over, we're going to be going over the credits and going over my general thoughts for this Let's Play. But right now, I'd like to talk about some of my memories of recording this game, of recording stock footage for this game. As I said in the previous episode, the SpongeBob vs. Patrick Splatfest was the very first footage I recorded for this Let's Play. That was well over a year ago. And in that video, I also talked about how I had an idea to make a special random video just dedicated to that particular Splatfest. And while I waited for the next Splatfest, a Fancy Party vs. Costume Party, I thought it would be pretty fun to try recording footage of me playing through this game as well, just on my own time to see if anything cool happens. So over time, it kind of grew and grew more into, why don't I just record stock footage for an eventual Let's Play? Because at that time I figured that I would not be able to concentrate on the gameplay for the online matches and talking at the same time. A lot has changed since then. I believe that I've kind of grown as a YouTuber since then. Yeah, that's basically the reason why I decided to Let's Play this game, because I was having a lot of fun with it, and I could see myself recording a full Let's Play. I didn't even consider doing a Let's Play this game until after the SpongeBob vs. Patrick Splatfest happened, because I thought that it's an online multiplayer game, and the main story is pretty short, so there really wouldn't be a whole lot for me to talk about. That was not the case. I was able to make this a pretty decently sized Let's Play, and that was really fun and all. Hopefully you guys liked this, and if you guys have any suggestions on what I could do differently for my next Let's Play that will focus on an online multiplayer game, please let me know in the comments below. I do have a couple ideas for what I could do differently. It really does depend on the game as well, because different online multiplayer games that have different features and things like that. But I do have a couple ideas for what I could do for my next Let's Play similar to this. It probably won't happen for a while, to be completely honest, because there are just other projects that I have in mind that I kind of want to do first before I do another game like this. If I were to change one thing, I would have made it so that I would have a gamepad capture card, because how I normally use gamepad footage for these games is I usually use a Miiverse screenshot, which I won't be able to do anymore pretty soon because Miiverse is getting shut down. But I would have had a capture card for the gamepad so that I would have had an on-screen map for you guys to check out during the online matches. Now, one last thing that I'll say about Splatfest real quick is this was the only one that I was able to make it to the King-Queen status tier thing. So that's something that was pretty cool. And on screen right now, while I go over my thoughts for this Let's Play, you will see Callie Marie's dances throughout the different songs that they can do in the game. Yeah, that's basically it. That was everything that I wanted to talk about with Splatoon. I am really happy with the way this Let's Play turned out, because it turned out almost exactly like I was hoping it would. Like, I had spent a really long time planning out how I wanted to do this. Like, a really long time. I had a couple different ideas for what I could do, but eventually I decided to split it off into different parts, with the first part focusing on Octo Valley, the second part focusing on Oculus, and the third part focusing on online multiplayer. Hopefully that worked out. I know it was kind of a long project for those of you out there who don't particularly care that much about these kind of games. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this Let's Play, and I'm really hoping to be able to do another Let's Play like this again someday. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to say about Splatoon. So, what's going to be happening to the channel pretty soon? Well, Mario Party 2 is going to be ending pretty soon, at long last. Like, seriously, we've been recording footage for that for, like, well over a year, and I'm starting to see a trend here. But yeah, Mario Party 2 is going to be ending pretty soon as well. I believe the last of the Gator vlogs will also be uploaded, either around the time this video is uploaded, or sometime around this weekend. I'm not entirely sure about that. We'll be doing the Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon Scare Scraper pretty soon. So we'll be taking care of all the we'll be taking care of all the Scare Scraper modes in that game as well. So yay, we get to play through some more online multiplayer on this channel in the near future. Yay! And if you still want to see some Splatoon footage, then you can go check out the game channel pretty soon, because TheJamesRolls and I will be doing a Splatoon Versus. We're going to be mainly focusing on the Octo Valley part of the game. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing anything else aside from that. Like, it's going to be like a fairly short series, but it's still going to be really fun. So if you want to see more Splatoon content, you can go check out the game channel. There will be a link in the description below. So I really do suggest that you go check out that channel, because it's been really fun recording projects for that channel. So if you want to hear more of my lovely voice, you can go check out that channel. But what about after that? We have a couple of new Let's Plays coming up pretty soon. I already announced Super Mario Galaxy, and the thing that's going to be unique about that one is that, unlike Galaxy 2, which I Let's Played a couple years ago, I've never actually 100%ed Super Mario Galaxy, the first one. I did 100% the second game, but I've never 100% the first one. So this is going to be kind of similar to Super Mario 64, but the thing is, I've never actually played some of the harder levels on my own time. So you'll be able to see my first reactions to some of those harder levels towards the end of the game. So that's going to be really cool. And now for the main project. This is something that I've been teasing all year long. I've been saying that there would be a Let's Play we'll be doing at some point during this year. That was the reason I bought an Xbox 360. We were going to be redoing 2 of my older Let's Plays in the near future. And the fact that it was Let's Play number 21 was pretty important, and the reason why I decided to do that Let's Play this year. Now, I won't announce what the next Let's Play is in this video. There will be a proper announcement video coming up pretty soon, which will talk more about it. But I will say this. What's unique about this Let's Play is because this may very well be one of the longest projects I do for a long time. And because of that, Super Mario Galaxy will not be the only main project. When we're done with one part of this Let's Play, we'll be moving on to the next part. Same will apply for side projects. When we're done with Mario Galaxy, we'll be moving on to a new project. So feel free to speculate as to what that game may be. But thank you all so much for watching this Let's Play of Splatoon. I had a really fun time with this one. I would definitely rank this one as one of my personal favorite Let's Plays. I'm not sure how you guys feel, but I really, really enjoyed playing through this game for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this Let's Play, and I hope you guys look forward to Scare Scraper and the next 2 Let's Plays and whatever we do beyond that. Thank you guys so much for watching this Let's Play of Splatoon, and until next time, Lady Gear to you.